Hello everybody, welcome to Loadout EDC. This channel is something that I've wanted to start for quite some time now. It's finally in the process. I've created as much as I could in the past week or two to get everything started. One of the main things that I want to address in this channel is, what is your loadout? That could be what you do carry, what you don't carry, what you have in your house, personal items, your phone, wallet, keys, hand sanitizer, simple things that you carry with you every day. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but what can you do to maximize your efficiency while minimizing what you carry on you? Kind of to eliminate that burden of feeling like you need to bring everything with you at once. I'm one of those people that has a lot of things and I always want to bring as much as I can to be prepared, but I feel like I need to cut back and find what is the most essential to carry every day. So as far as basic tools to carry every day, I've wanted my channel to evolve around your typical knife, a flashlight, and a multi-tool. But realistically, it can expand to so many more things than just those tools. And even if you're not comfortable with carrying something like that, you can carry something similar to that isn't as intrusive or scary or anything like that. Some people could be intimidated by, a knife or a wrench or something that they haven't picked up before. So pretty much what this all comes down to is I would like to incorporate many different tools that can help you in your daily life and simplifying your carry. So I'd like to start out with where did I begin with my fascination of everyday carry things and tools and being prepared. It really all started when I was a teenager. My best friend from middle school, he gave me a pocket knife for my birthday. It was a pocket knife that he had had for a while. I don't know where he had gotten it, but it was kind of like my introduction to knives and tools, and it was super fascinating. I really liked the action of it, opening and closing it, feeling how sharp it could get, using it, cutting things with it. Just having that knife on me felt so powerful that I could do more things with it. So having my first knife introduced me into more knives, and it amazed me how something so simple, such as a blade, could come in so many different shapes and sizes. So going into high school now and starting my first job, I found myself needing a knife quite often at work. And the knives that we had at work were just your typical box cutters, and the blades were never replaced. They're really dull and almost dangerous because you'd have to put so much force into using them just to try to cut something that wasn't even that difficult to cut in the first place. I ended up going to a Home Depot and picking up my first knife set, I guess you could say. It's a Milwaukee Fastback, and it's just one of those push buttons. You just flip it open. It's got the liner lock. And then I also have a Milwaukee Fastback, but it's the box cutter version. You can easily swap out the blades. But these tools were so useful at work that whenever I found myself outside of work and I didn't have them, I just kind of felt empty. And that's what really made me decide I need to start carrying a knife. And it was as simple as that, to just start with a blade. So these knives are a little bit too big for me to want to just carry all the time outside of work. So I ended up getting a Gerber knife that has a locking feature because I was a little bit worried about a knife opening up in my pocket. So having a knife with a locking feature just made me feel a little bit more comfortable that I wasn't going to be running around and doing something, and I just didn't want that risk of it opening up on me and injuring myself. It became such a big staple in my everyday carry that other people started to rely on me for having a knife. Anytime someone needed a knife or some sort of blade, a scissors, anything like that, they'd always come to me and ask, hey, can I borrow that? So it kind of just became part of how I carried. So since then, I've pretty much carried a knife everywhere I go. Well, almost everywhere I go. There is the exception of many places that you can't carry a knife. Those places being airports, college campuses, schools, government buildings, big event venues public events, concerts, sporting events, things like that. I've always had that thought in the back of my head whenever I go to events or buildings that might not allow knives. Maybe even just do a quick Google search and make sure it's okay to carry a knife somewhere. Now, I also say I almost carry a knife every day because there are situations where I either forget to bring my knife with me because I had left my knife on the kitchen counter the night before, or I left it in my office or somewhere that I don't normally keep it, and then I kind of just forget about it the next day. Typically, whenever I plan an outfit for the day, I think of like what knife I can carry with me to fit that outfit. Whenever I first started carrying a knife on me, I didn't have a lot of knives. So the only knives I really had were a little bit bulky and they didn't really fit with every outfit. So if I were to just want to go and do some sort of activity and I didn't have an outfit that really fit for that, I just sometimes wouldn't carry a knife. If I had a backpack or something to put it in, like, yeah, I would bring it, but for the most part, like say I'm going to the beach or something like that and I just wanted to bring like a Frisbee or a Vortex or a football and I didn't want to bring much else, maybe my water bottle and my phone and wallet, keys, something like that. But I just didn't want to have that burden of having something bulky and then I'll be going swimming and it just wasn't always convenient to carry a knife. So that's another thing that leads me into this channel, is having the option to carry everything that you think you might need for that day without that burden. So another thing that led me to starting this YouTube channel is, up until a few years ago, the EDC community didn't really seem as big as it is today. And the amount of available products and manufacturers and vendors and events just didn't seem as easy to access as they are now. And having access to different websites and Amazon, things just became a lot easier and more accessible. Whenever I first started carrying a knife, I didn't have an Amazon account. I didn't even have a credit card. I paid everything in cash. I was young. So the only availability I really had was going to a Walmart or a Home Depot or Cabela's, or in my area, like a Fleet Farm. So there weren't really many options of accessible tools or things to carry. This cat is going to piss me off. So now having access to all of these tools and all of these platforms, it makes it a lot easier to customize your loadout and make it exactly right for you, for the day, for the activity, for the location that you're going to, for your house, your truck, your car, your motorcycle, your bike, if you're running. There's so many options out there now, and I feel like you can just customize everything to fit your needs. This f***ing cat. So over the years, I've also learned that there's more to just carrying a knife and its sole purpose of just being a knife. Now there's so many different kinds of knives that have different uses and actions and ways of opening them, and sometimes there's additional tools on them. And realistically, there's so many ways that you can use a knife to better your day other than just using it as a blade. And that goes into other categories as well. One of the next purchases that I made was buying a flashlight. And it sounds kind of dumb to carry a flashlight whenever you have a phone that has a flashlight on it, but there's so much more aspects to just having a light. When I first started looking into flashlights, I wanted a flashlight that had a rechargeable battery because I don't like always swapping out batteries. And I also wanted a flashlight that was a lot brighter than my phone and had a zoom feature. And since then, I've realized that that's not really the only thing that I'm looking for in a flashlight. And I've found very specific uses for flashlights, different sizes that can help you, lumen levels, color temperature, the CRI, the way that the buttons work, whether it's a toggle switch or a push button, or you can twist it to turn it on. If it's a floody flashlight, if it's a flashlight that can throw, the type of battery that is in the flashlight, the type of LED that's used in the flashlight, the type of clip that it comes with. Is there other capabilities in this flashlight? There's different modes and different UIs that these flashlights have. There's just so much more that goes into it than just having a knife or just having a flashlight or a tool. It took me a lot of research to realize the capabilities of these tools and how they can benefit your daily life. So that's kind of where this YouTube channel all started, is what is my loadout? How can I build the most efficient package of the things that I have that I want to carry with me throughout the day? And how can I do that without it becoming a chore? How can I do that without it being something that I have to think about all the time? How can I simplify that? How can I make it into something that's grab and go, where I just know where it is and I know it's there and I can rely on it? How can I build this into my vehicle or into my room or my house or my garage or anywhere that I'm at to make everything as simple and useful as possible? And how can I pair all of these things with each other to complement each other rather than overlap and cause too much bulk and unnecessary things that I just don't need? And how to do all of this without going down the rabbit hole of getting everything that you think you need. All of these ideas have led me to researching that there's more than just carrying a knife every day. I've gotten into carrying a multi-tool and a flashlight, paracord to make things more useful for whenever I'm out and about traveling or hiking, or having pouches and kits and bags and backpacks. Anything that could help me in a pinch or an emergency or just keep me prepared in any given situation. All of these ideas just kept feeding off of each other. So I come from a creative background. Starting in high school, I took graphics classes, photography classes, video production classes, and then I went off to college and earned a degree in graphic design. And having that background in photography, videography, and graphic design all just meshes into a good creative platform, which is a great excuse to starting a YouTube channel. Starting this YouTube channel allows me to express my creative background. I also have background in marketing, and creating this type of content is going to be super fun and entertaining, and I hope you can learn something from it. Considering I have a creative background, I have always been a follower of Peter McKinnon on YouTube, and he just so happens to dabble a little bit in the EDC community. Another person that I've been following for a while is MarineX, and he has inspired me to actually start this YouTube channel. He isn't the largest creator by any means. He has less than 100,000 subscribers, and that's what I really like about him. He has great content, an awesome community to follow him. He has his own Discord server, he streams all the time, he has a wife and a family, a full-time job, and he manages to run a YouTube channel on top of all of that. Definitely someone that I look up to, and I hope to get to know him a little bit better, following him, watching his streams, communicating with him. I don't know how he does it, but I hope I can do that too. I really look forward to seeing his silver play button one day. And that's something that I'm hoping to get from you guys. I really hope that I can build a small community that can grow even bigger, help me out, guide me along the way, give me feedback, and just watch me grow. And I hope you can learn something from it. I hope I can give informative content that's entertaining and something that you'll want to come back to. So for those of you who are here from the beginning, please let everyone know that you're here. I want you to be just as involved as I am. Follow me here with my growth, give me feedback, and I hope I can make your everyday lifestyle easier. We'll see you in the next one.